Hello guys, my name is Dr. Varun and you are watching Chlorophyll classes on YouTube. Well, we are doing this for 11th class today again. So for 11th class, what is there in our syllabus going on? That is chapter number 2, biological classification, in which we're going to be studying about kingdom Mycota. What you just said, sir? Kingdom Mycota, what is that? Well, if you don't remember, kingdom Mycota is the kingdom fungi. That's another name for the fungi, that is Mycota. So Monera Mycota is not same. A lot of students might do this mistake, and since the pattern is being evolving, this will happen. Well, this video is for the 11th class, so 11th class syllabus, so 11th class students can also refer to it. Well, we are going to the deeper into it, so let's just see one by then what is present inside the kingdom fungi. First of all, study of fungi is known as mycology. This myco word, you have to remember that myco word is used for the fungi, because later on in the last topic which we're gonna be uploading super soon for this chapter, that will be containing what? That is containing this myco word a lot. Okay, then the father of mycology is known as P.E. Michel, and he wrote a book about it also. But just remember that father of mycology is what? Is your P.A. Michel. Okay, Indian mycology father is what? B.B. Mundekar and E.J. Balder. Okay, so this is the thing. Then eumycotian or true fungi. So means the fungi, like if you remember that there is a one concept called as false fungi. That is what we in the last video, that is kingdom Protista, we have studied that is slime molds are called as false fungi. True fungi is called as what? Eumycotia or mycotin. So first of all, you have to remember that they show the diverse variety. Okay, diversity in morphology and habitat. Means they look very different from one and another. Okay, and habits also very different. So this thing we have to remember. Next, fungi are cosmopolitan. Cosmopolitan means they are seen everywhere in every environment. Okay, so cosmopolitan means what? Observed in wide variety of habitat, that is cosmopolitan, throughout world. So they can reach anywhere. Okay, fungi. Next, fungi are found mostly in in the humus rich soil. Why? Because fungi has a function of decomposers. So if you remember, whenever the fungi should come, your mind should come up that you took a tiffin and you didn't wash it, or you forget to give it to your amma, and what will happen? Amma didn't wash it, and after some time you will open it like what happened? So that happens, the foul smell, because of the fungus present inside it. Black white mold will be formed, soft grassy kind of a thing will be there, or green color thing will be there. That is what fungi. So it is present in the moist structure. So in the rich humus rich oil, means humus is what? Organic compound. Where the organic compound would be present, dead decaying one, it will be present. But it is in the presence of moisture, they can grow on the leather also, they can grow on the wood, they can grow on the pickle. You might have seen that the pickle mom has kept, and if the mom has not added preservative or didn't kept oil till the top of it, what will happen? Initial areas there will be fungi that will form. And a lot of time now, like students say that okay, it happens, this white thing, my mom just mix it up. Guys, of course it will die because of the oil and all those things, but you have mixed it up, okay, and then you are eating it. Okay, so this thing I have to see, that I have seen somewhere that has been doing. Then bread, we know that if you left the bread after the expiry date, what will happen? Fungus will come on it. That's why we store it in the refrigerator. So some fungus are parasitic in the plants, which we will be studying, animals and human bodies, and we will study exactly about the human body also. We're gonna be studying about it. Okay, moving on, that chloroplast is absent in the fungi. If the chloroplast is absent, means what? Because of the chloroplast presence, the bacteria, because of the chloroplast present in the protista, few of the protistas are autotrophs. They are able to make their own food. No doubt, Monera also able to make their own foods because of the presence of thylakoid or the photosynthetic pigment in the Monera, and the presence of chloroplast in case of what? Protista. Okay, but here it is absent, so they can't make their own food. So they are strictly what? Heterotrophs. In that also saprophytes or the parasitic. Okay, so they are heterotrophs. You have to remember that. Why they are heterotrophs? Because chloroplast is absent in the fungi. Okay, then this fungus constitutes the unique kingdom of what? Heterotrophic organisms. Okay, so we have to remember that they are what? 100% heterotrophs. So 100% of this only. Now, fungi obtained their food from that decaying organic matter. I have told you that. On the basis of the source of food obtained, they could be saprophyte or parasitic. Saprophyte means dead decaying organisms like your what? Like your bread mold, mucor and all this. Okay. And parasitic, which infects what? Other organisms. Okay. So this thing is the two different ways of it. Then some fungi are found symbiotic relationship. So third one is what? Symbiotic relationship, where it is present as what? As a this kind of interaction is called as mutualism. What do we call it? Mutualism. So now what is mutual? Like if you're using Snapchat, okay, or if you may be using the Instagram, and if someone will give you the request, so it is always shows that you have this number of people, mutuals, right? So mutuals are what? Common people in between it. So mutualism means that they are sharing their bond with some organisms, and this mutualism could be of two types. Okay, one is what? Means it is a symbiotic relationship. Symbiotic relationship. Okay, I called it what? I called it roommates kind of a thing. So one organism is the fungi, other is another organisms. So there are two types. One are the lichens kind of mutual organisms, or there can be mycorrhiza. Okay, so these are the two. What are the difference? In case of lichens, the roommates are what? Of course, there will be a fungi plus algae. So they are the roommates. One will do one work, other will do other work. We will learn that later on. In mycorrhiza, what happened? Fungi is there, plus it is present in what? Roots of gymnosperms, or more better, pinus. Not all the gymnosperm has that. So root of pinus plant. If you see that algae and pinus is what? Plants. Okay, they grouped under plants. So they are what? They are making an association. Fungi is making an association with the plants for the symbiotic relationship. Now major question that why it is choosing plants for this mutual kind of relationship. Mutual kind of relationship means what? Beneficial relationship. For example, if there is like two roommates, one roommate will make the food, other roommate will bring them all the material for the food making. This normal happens. So who is bringing food material? That is fungi is bringing that. But fungi do not have chloroplast. It can't make its own food. So in return, the material that is being given by the fungi to the plants, whether algae or fungi, pinus, they will do what? The pinus in returns, or the algae in returns, will give what? Food to the fungus. Okay, so we will learn this in more detail. For now, just remember this fact. Now the body of fungus is called as mycelium. Okay, means our whole body is called as body, but their body is called as what? Mycelium, and individually it is made up of thread-like structures called as hypha. Single hypha, multiple hyphae. Okay, so this is an important one. So what it is? What's the important one? That your body of fungus is called as mycelium, and each filament is called as hypha, and hyphae is the plural one. Now the cell wall is made up of chitin. This is very important for you to remember it. And chitin is what? It is fungal cellulose, we call it, and has what? Polysaccharides also present. We learn about these terms in biomolecules. Will stick with it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. Okay, moving on to the other things, that is the stored food in case of fungus is what? Glycogen and oil. If you can remember it very well, it's not starch. Okay, so this thing you have to remember. They preferred warm and humid places. They don't like the colder environments. Diseases caused by the fungi are the orange rot, white spots of the mustard, and the rust in the wheat. So these are certain fungal diseases in the plants. In animals, in humans, if I'm taking that, what happened? It can grow on your beard, it can grow on your skin, it can grow on your nails, it can grow inside your scalp, hairs, anywhere it can grow up. And you might have seen that conditions where if you are not changing your socks, okay, so what happened that you're not changing socks and that sweat is there and everything is there, you're not washing your feet and using the same socks again, and shoes not washing, and then what will happen? The sweat is a good humid environment, moisture is there, warmness is there. What will happen? Fungus will grow, and the fungus attacks on your skin after that, okay, and act like a parasite. So this thing happens in the humans. The next thing is that what is the difference between the during the time of fertilizations, how it could be different. For example, there are two terms which we will learn, that is heterothalism or homothalism. Thalism means body. If the male and female body is different, okay, means it is structurally look different, we call it heterothalism kind of fungi. If male and female body looks similar, we call it homothalism. So hetero means different. You know this thing from the last lecture, that is hetero means what? Different. Thalism means is what? Body. Homo means same. Thalism means body. So heterothalism is those species in which fertilization is taking place between two genetically different gametes are called as heterothalic. Okay, or heterothalism. Example species of mucor, rhizopus, puccinia, and maximum of fungi are heterothalism. But what is homothalism? Homothalism is that species in which fertilization takes place with two identically similar gametes are homothalism. Example is what? Your albigo candida, which is causing the candidiasis. This, if you don't remember chitomium, it's okay, but albigo candida you have to remember because it causes disease candidiasis. Okay, so this disease is being caused by it. Okay, so you have to remember it. Next come the reproduction. So reproduction is of three types. What is vegetative, asexual, and sexual? Vegetative, easily one fragmentation, part will break up, form up, 10th class thing, nothing much. So this part is there, it will break, it will grow into new one. Budding happen what? In the yeast, you might have studied that. This thing is given to you, this is a yeast, this is a bud, it can grow like this or it can just detach off, or multiple buds can also form. Okay, so this is what in the yeast we see it. Fission is what? Division, one divides into two, that is also seen in the yeast. Okay, now the next thing is the asexual reproduction. So for asexual reproductions, you remember that from the last thing, that is spore formations. So this is an important thing, that asexual reproduction means spores formation. So means there will be a particular structure in which it will form, because I told you that in the slime molds that the fruiting body will form and inside it spores will be there. So imagine that this is my body. Okay, I told you in that also example, and what happened, this is the sporangium, this red color hat. Now what will happen, that this is the sporangium or the fruiting body, inside it spores will be present. Okay, so spore, what will happen, it will burst and spores will come out, and they will, wherever they will fall, they will form a new organisms. So let's just see about them. Now these spores could be of different time. Let's just see what is given over here. So spores are of following types. One is sporangiospores. So what happened? Your mycelium means that is what? Fungal body directly form a sporangium. That is what? A bag kind of structure or a sac-like structure. And inside this sac-like structure, what will happen? It will forms what? It will forms sporangiospores. Now this bag will burst and comes out and germinate into the new one. So this cycle will keep on happening. Okay, but more to this. And now here the sporangiospores could be of two different types. Either it could be zoospores or aplanospores. Zoospores, zoo means zoo, zoology. Zoology means what? Animals. Animals has what? They can move. So here zoo means what? It is related to animal. Animal has feature of what? It has a feature of movement. So they are fertile and motile. Sorry, they are flagellated and they could be motile. Okay, so motile, if they are there, means they are able to swim or they can move. Okay, so this thing is called as what? They are the zoospores. Okay, and this is present inside the bag. The bag name would be what? Zoosporangium. Okay, so zoospores are present what? Inside a structure, fruiting body, which is known as zoosporangium. Basic, we have studied that. The mycelium, I am the fungus body. My body, this sporangium will form. This sporangium contains the spores, sporangiospores. It could be of any type. And when it bursts, it comes out. If you remember that thing, go back and see that again. Okay, aplanospores are what? They are, A means A, plain means they can't move. Okay, so they are becomes what? They are non-flagellated and non-motile and they can't move. And that's why called as aplanospores. Okay, so here they have given you one such examples also. Okay, now the term you might have seen over here, that is what? This is the mycelium, that is the plant body, like the fungus body. It is doing what? It is forming this fruiting body, right? So this is what? This is your fruiting body. Fruiting body, which is called as what? Sporangium. This body has what? Stalk like structure. So 4 word is for the stalk. Stalk is what? It is a small branch. For example, if you have what? If you have a grape, seed has a grapes, then grapes has what? Grapes look something like this. Green grapes, okay, like this, and it has what? Small stick like this present. These are what? Small sticks. These are the stalk. So stalk is what? Certain smaller sticks. It's not even stick even. Okay, so that is present. So the 4 word is coming for it. Okay, so sporangiospore means that fruiting body spore. Okay, I hope you this thing is understood. Now what will happen? It will burst. It will burst, and what will happen? Sporangiospore will be released in air. It is what? Released, and it will go germinate and form again the mycelium body. Same thing again they are telling you in the diagrammatic form, nothing a difference, but just your understanding should be there. Then there are what? Another type of spores, that is like this first spores which we studied, they form endogenously. Okay, so these are what? Endogenous spore. Endogenous spores. Endogenous spores means what? Inside a structure. Inside a structure. What was the structure? But this is the major question. What was the structure? The structure name was sporangium. But in some cases, these spores form exogenously. So certain way exogenously form. Example is what? Conidia. So conidia you might have studied in the 10th class also. So what happened? It appears like this. So this is what? On it there will be presence. Your spores will be say called as conidiospore. Okay, so this thing is similar over here only, no differences there. Okay, so next thing means it is present in, like here it is present inside. Can you see that it is present inside? Where here the spores which are called as conidia is present outside. It is visible. Okay, it will break and move on. Okay, this is the asexual reproduction. Next comes to the sexual reproductions. In sexual reproduction, certain ways are there which you have to understand. Okay, so what are those ways? Now the sexual reproductions, fungi complete this thing in the 3 steps. Okay, so the first step is the plasmogamy, then comes the karyogamy, and the last is the meiosis. So what are the steps? The 3 steps are as follow. 3 steps. Number 1, plasmogamy. Plasmogamy means what? Plasmo means what? Cytoplasm. Gamy word means fusion, or it is even used for the marriage. Fusion, right? After this, the next thing is the karyogamy. Plasma has been done. The next step would be what? Your karyo. Karyo word is for the nucleus. Now again the gamy word is the fusion. What is happening? I will tell you. You will understand in one go. Okay. Now, and the third one is what? Meiosis. Meiosis is what? Reductional division. Why we do it? To reduce the ploidy content. Okay, why we do it? Why? To reduce ploidy content. Let's just see that. Okay, this is all the concepts that will be done. Now imagine that what happened if the sexual reproduction has to occur, the gametes will form. Okay, let's say that gametes or 2 different sex cells were there. They are like this and this. They fuse. Okay, sexual reproduction required what? Fusion of gametes. We said that 2 cells fused. As the 2 cell fused, what will happen? The 2 cell, each cell will have its own nucleus. The nucleus becomes double. So the plasmogamy, what is happening? This is the one cell. This is the another cell. Okay, it has, imagine that 10 chromosomes. It also has 10 chromosomes because this species has 10 chromosomes. Like R has how many chromosomes? 46 chromosomes. Now when they fuses up in the first step, this is the first step. What will happen? They will have 2 nucleus. Okay, this don't look good. It should be circle only. Okay, this is like this, but it will have what? 10 plus 10 chromosomes means 20 chromosomes present. Chromosome number increased. Now, what problems can comes with the extra chromosome? I give you example, a very vague examples for you to understand. It never happens, but I give you an example. For example, if I am there, I have 46 chromosomes and I give 4 to 6 chromosomes. My wife also gave 46 chromosomes. Okay, what will happen? That 46 plus 46, 92 chromosomes has came into the organism. 92 is not human number of chromosomes. It is 46. So what will happen? My baby would be monster. Instead of 2 eyes, it will have 4 eyes because extra things going, na? Extra chromosomes going means extra things will come. Instead of 2 hands, 4 hands. Now I will be what? Monster. My baby would be what? Monster, right? So this thing will happen. So this is the problematic. Plus 2 nucleus. Does any cell has 2 nucleus? No. So it will undergo with the second step, that is what? This nucleus will fuse. So second step here we have written what? This nucleus will fuse and form what? Single nucleus. But still the chromosome number is more. What we will do? We have to reduce the chromosome number into half. And how do we reduce it into the half? By the help of third step. That is what? Your meiosis. So meiosis will do 20 chromosome to the 10 and ultimately be forming what? Ultimately be forming 4 cells. So 4 cells each with 10 chromosomes. Understood? This is only the way of reproduction. So first of all, what will happen? 2 cells will join. Once they join, they have 2 nucleus in the single cell which is formed. This 2 nucleus in a cell is not acceptable. We want 1 nucleus. So nucleus will also fuse. Nucleus fusion is called as karyogamy because karyo word is for the nucleus, gamy word is for the fusion. Once they will fuse, now the chromosome number is high. We have to reduce the chromosome number to half. What will happen? It will divide by meiosis and form 4 cells. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and what will happen? Each will have 10 chromosomes. That's it. Did you understand it? I have asked and wrote all the possible questions, all the possible concept over here. I hope you will understand it. Now the method of sexual reproductions. Okay, this is what how the reproduction is taking place. Now we have the methods of it. So first is the gametangial contact. The words itself explaining what is happening, that gametangial means gametes. Contacts means meeting up. Okay, so here what will happen, that there is what? There will be a male and the female sex organ that will form. So the male sex organ is called as antheridium. Female sex organ is called as oogonium. That is what on the hyphae. One hyphae means one of the hyphae. Hyphae is what? Thick that thread-like filament will turn into male, other will turn into female. It contains what? Male gamete, female gametes. They will meet. Gametes will meet, and what will happen? Gametes will meet. It will do what? Plasmogamy, karyogamy, and meiosis. So this whole step is being written over here. Okay. Now they have showed you into also that there. This is what? This is assume that this is the one mycelium, another mycelium. So this is meeting over here. Okay. So it has what? This is the male one. This is the female one. So the male one has this structure, female has this structure. So we have mentioned it. Now what will happen? They will make what? Pili kind of structure. Pili kind of structure is what? Tube-like structures, which is called as copulatory tube. Okay. So this goes what? One gametes goes inside the egg, male gametes. The gametes will fuse. So plasmogamy will occur. Then it will occur what? 2 nucleus won't occur. Only 1 nucleus will be there. So karyogamy. And after karyogamy, what will happen? There will be reduction. So meiosis will occur. Zoospores will form. And each zoospores will germinate into what? Mycelium. So understood this whole story? What was the story? Let's just explain it into deeper. For example, this is the mycelium. Okay. This is the one mycelium. This is another mycelium. They did what? They did this mixing up. Okay, as they mixing up, they did all the steps, plasmogamy, karyogamy, and they will divide. Once they will divide, what they will form? They will directly not form the mycelium, they will form what? Spores. These spores will later on go and germinate. I hope this thing is understood to you. Then is the gametangial copulation. So copulation means what? It is the method of reproductions in which the penis is inserted inside the female genital tract. Copulation is what? Coitus. Okay, this is nothing else, just the coitus or intercourse. So intercourse means what? The male penis will be inserted inside the female vagina. So same thing will occur over here. There will be what? There will be a tube-like structures that will form. Okay, or there will be like two different hyphae there. There will be outgrowth of certain structure and they will join together. And as they will join together, plasmogamy, karyogamy, meiosis will occur. Here in this case, what happened? In this, the zygote will form, and once the zygote is being formed, we call this that structure as zygospore. So zygote is formed, which is known as zygospore. Just remember that. Means when we are studying the steps, so here they have written it up. What is happening? That this is the mycelium. It will undergo what? It will make what? Male nucleus, and there will be a egg, female egg. When they will fertilize, they will form what? They will form zygospore. This you have to remember, beta. Nothing else, but this should be there. Okay, my throat is little not fine. That's why I'm even trying to not going towards the classes. But since there are so much of loss already being there, so I can't take more off. So we are going with it, but I'm going with little slower tone. Okay, so this thing is there. Moving on to the next thing, the last way of the sexual reproduction is somatogamy. Somato word is used for the vegetative. So this is what this word is used for the vegetative part. Vegetative part means no sex organ is formed in this case. One of the cell, vegetative cell of the mycelium will undergo this kind of thing. That's it. Now one more thing which I want to tell you before going into it, which is not being told here, that is what? That is their body structure. Body structure of fungi. Because this topic will come. What is there? That we say that it has hyphae. But how the hyphae are present? Now there is a one case, this is a one hyphae. It is what? This. The nucleus is present, but no clear division is not given. Okay, so this hyphae is what? This hyphae do not have a what? Division present. Means one is this and another hyphae is this. Division present, and each division has what? This center nucleus. So here in the first case, what happened? It seems like there is a single big cell and multiple nucleated condition is there. This way, if it is present, we call it what? This is what? Synocytic. Synocytic means what? Multinucleated. This is a synocytic hyphae. If the hyphae body, how the hyphae look like. Whereas this one is what? This is asynocytic. Asynocytic. Asynocytic means that no multinucleated condition. No multinucleated condition. Okay. Now there could be what more to it, that there could be branching or not branching present. Means what? There could be this option, that this is like this. This is what? A branch is coming up. So if the branch is present, okay, so we said it what? It is a branched hyphae. And plus there is what? There is a cuts present. So means branched hyphae and synocytic, asynocytic. Okay. Plus this cuts are what? These cuts are the septa. Septa is what? Septum. Septum do what? It will separate the cells. Separate cells. So we call that where it is present, that is what? Septate hyphae. So this is what? A septate hyphae. This is also what? It is a septate hyphae. This is what? Aseptate hyphae. Aseptate hyphae. I hope this is understood. So what I said, that branching and non-branching could be there. Septa could be present, could not be present. Multinucleated conditions could be there or not. If someone will say that multinucleated conditions would be observed, in which case multinucleated condition will appear when there is aseptate hyphae, because septas are not present. I hope this thing is understood to you. Moving on to the next thing, that is what? that is the classification of it. So there are what, 4 basic classes, but in reality further the one classes has further divided into 2 types, but we will study the 4 classes which are given in the NCERT. What are those? Phycomycetes, Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes and Deuteromycetes. In reality, the Phycomycetes has further 2 divisions or 2 different further classes, that is what, Oomycetes and Zygomycetes. Remember it. So certain teachers make it different, little different. Okay. So now guys, what we're gonna be moving forward with the classification. So this also has 4 kingdoms, sorry, 4 divisions. Okay, so for the first one that we're gonna be studying, that is what are Phycomycetes. Now this one is also called as lower fungi. Lower fungi means because the very basic form of the fungi is present over here. Okay, now if the basic forms means what, there won't be any septa, supta things will be present, means basic forms, okay, which has not been much developed. Okay, so they are mostly found in what, aquatic habitats, and that's why aquatic has what, algae present, so they are also considered as algal fungi. Okay, so this algal thing is coming again and again. Earlier we used to say what, there is a fire algae, there is a aquatic algae, these terms are there for the protista also. Okay, so here also it is coming. So this fungi common name is what, algal fungi, and someone will ask like why it is called as algal fungi, because they are aquatic in nature, plus they are even present in the decaying wood, moist and damp places, and they are obligated parasites on plants. Obligated means what, strictly. Good. So this is strictly we have already studied these words. Parasites means they can't survive if they are not doing parasitic activity. Okay, moving on to the next thing, their major body is what, made up of mycelium, and they are cynocytic. Okay, multinucleated. Cynocytic, you know na, multinucleated, because septa didn't form, and the septa is what, advanced feature, extra thing is being made, means advanced feature, remember it like that. Aseptate, right, and branched, they are branched. Okay, everyone is mostly branched. Okay, now the next thing is that asexual reproduction is by the zoospores. You know that what, they are motile, so they can ask you that whether their spores are motile or non-motile. Both. Aplanospore is also there, that is non-motile. And conidia means they have what, they can be written as exogenous and endogenous mode of reproduction is there, whether the spores can form inside or the outside. Okay, sexual reproduction, their gametes could be isogametes, anisogametes or oogametes. Okay, now Phycomycetes, I told you what, they are already being divided into 2 classes, whether they are Oomycetes or Zygomycetes. Now let's just see about their classes. Okay, the mycelium of both is what, cynocytic and aseptate, but they are dissimilar in terms of what, dissimilar in the terms of sexual reproduction. Rest basic things are same. So Oomycetes, Zygomycetes, zygo word is coming up, something might be related to zygote or zoo. Okay, we will come back to it. So here the asexual reproduction is formed by what, there will be zoospore and conidia, not aplanospores, means no aplanospores. In case of this, sexual reproduction is by the gametingal contact. Okay, now the types of the reproductions, oogamous, all the members. Okay, so this is what, oogamous kind of things present. So Oomycetes means oogamous, we have to remember that. Examples that are given to you over here, one that you have to remember, that is what, this albico candidatus. It causes white rust or white spot diseases in crucifera family, that is a mustard family. Okay, so white rust of mustard. Rest other diseases are also there, like Phytophthora infestia cause late blight of potato, known as famine of the Ireland in 1845. So this is a PYQ. Then Phytum species causes dumping of disease in tobacco and vegetable crops. These are the ones, 3 are those which are important. Rest, if you want to leave it, you can leave it, no need. Okay, but this causes diseases not in plants but animals also, like there is Saprolegina, okay, parasistica, which causes salmon disease in the fishes. Okay, next is the Zygomycetes. Their asexual reproductions are what? By the aplanospores, means no motile spores. Sexual reproduction is the gametangial copulation. We remember that in the gametangial copulation, what happened? Zygospore word we have studied. So zygospores. So the name comes from this. Okay. Now their sexual reproductions are taking place with the help of gametes, and all the gametes are what? Isogametes. Over there it was oogametes. Okay. Example is what? Your rhizopus and mucor, which causing the bread mold. Okay, you know that sometimes if you leave the bread for more period of a time, what will happen with the bread? The bread will turn blackish, grayish, greenish spots will be there. That is what caused by the rhizopus and the mucor. Okay, and they have given the structure of them also, which is pretty similar in their look like. I think this structure is being also there in your NCERT. Okay, next come to the Ascomycetes. The Ascomycetes are known as what? Sac fungi. Why sac? Sac is the bag, so it will have what? Bag kind of sporangium, bag like sporangium, where what? Spores will be forming. These spores are called as, with its name, that is ascospores. This is the easiest one to remember. Now they are what? Saprophytic decomposers. They could be parasitic or coprophilous. Coprophilous means they are growing on the dung. You might have seen that on the dung certain organisms grow over there, so they are the one of them. Okay, so they are what? They are septate because they are more advanced. I told you that only the least advanced one is the Phycomycetes, where you will see the initial one, that without any septa, multinucleated conditions, branched. They are what? Branches are everywhere. They are what? Septate, means they have what? They are cynocytic. No, they are not acynocytic. This thing you have to understand. Here I am writing it also. NCERT has also did the same thing, not writing it completely, but you have understand the concepts. If not, then let me know in the comment section. I will make the reel out of it or short out of it for you to always keep on remembering, and you don't have to scroll the whole videos again and again. Okay, then the next thing is septas are found by the mycelium of the that's understood. Septate are there. Pores are present in the septa, means for example, if this is your mycelium, what will happen? These pores will be there like this. So this pores they are talking about, these are called as clamp connections also. We will see that. Okay, we will understand that. Now pores do not allow the passing of the nucleus but the other materials from this cell to the this cell, like this way. Okay, so this can happen. Okay, now the asexual reproduction is by the help of conidia, and the sexual reproductions are by the somatogamy, means in which no sex organs will form, and gametangial context, where the sex organs will form. Somatogamy, which you have to remember over here, that is what? They have their ascospores. I told you what? They will make a spores called as ascospores. And what will happen? These they have the steps of what? Plasmogamy, karyogamy, and meiosis. Once the meiosis is done, they will form what? A zygote. Zygotes will be changing into ascospores, which is present inside a ascocarp. Okay, so they are present inside a ascocarps. That is what? It is the sac in which what is present, beta? In which the ascospores are present. And someone will ask, like, how these ascospores are formed by the somatogamy. Okay, sexual reproductions. So here they have given you one such example of this also. So can we see this? Look at here. These are two different fungi 1, fungi 2. They match together. Their cells join together. They form what? Plasmogamy. Once they form the plasmogamy, there is what? 2 nucleus present. 2 means di. Karyon means what? Nucleus. Karyo word is for nucleus. So di means 2. Okay. Karyo means what? Nucleus. On word is coming for what? Condition. So this is 2 nucleus condition, and this phase of 2 nucleus condition is called as dikaryotic phase. Everywhere is same only, beta. Just new terms are coming up, so I am just telling you over here. If you see the NCERT, you would understand it. If you need a much lesser and brief thing, then you can even refer to my videos from 30 days 30 most important topic for NEET 2025, where I have studied about the kingdom fungi. I will add that link also in the description of the video. Okay, so what will happen? There will be a formation of exogenous hyphae, means an extra hyphae that will form. This hyphae will call as ascus. Okay, and it will have what? Double nucleus present, because sexual reproduction is taking place. This double bonded nucleus which is present over here, because they will join together now. Its ploidy is more. It will form what? 4 different cells. Okay, so these 4 different cells are what? Ascocarp, which is present inside. So this is what? An endogenous type of it. So there are 3 types of ascocarps that can be present. That is the chilestothecium, perithecium and apothecium. So what is what? Its name is based on what structure it has. Celestothemus. Celesto word itself means closed. Okay, this word means closed. So it is a closed ball-like structure. Closed ball-like structure, celestogamous, like this. Then perithecium, it is what? A flask-like structure. Flask-like structure, which is seen over here. This is a flask-like structure. And apothecium, it is open and disc shape. Open like this and disc shape. So okay, let's make it a little better. Open and disc shape. So here the spores are present like this. Here the spores are present like this. Here the spores are present like this. Okay, so this you can remember. Now the examples, which are the most important one, that is what? Penicillin. Penicillin is what? It is called as blue mold. Okay, blue or green mold. And it is obtained from penicillin is what? It is a kind of a substance, penicillin, that is obtained from. So Penicillium notatum is the ones which was first discovered, and it has an antibiotic property. And who found it? Alexander Flemings. Okay, and later on he, along with the other people who found its true potential, which can be used as an antibiotic, and it was extensively being used in the World War. So that people got what? Nobel Prize. Okay, now this thing is there. In detail we will learn later about it. Okay, but if you have to remember that how that happens, that discovery was like, for example, imagine that I am the Fleming and I was working on the Staphylococcus bacteria. But one day when I'm where I will do work? I will do work on the certain Petra dish. What are the Petra dish? It is like a glass dish. Okay, so Petra dish, you can see this. Okay, so Petra dish I'm working, but I forgot, but I was lazy and I was like, oh, I will not wash this, I will wash tomorrow. Tomorrow when come back, I saw what? I saw that on that disk there is certain kind of organism which is growing and releasing certain substance. Because of that, the Staphylococcus is not able to grow. Means someone is restricting its growth by releasing certain toxins or material. That material was what? Penicillin. Who was the thing? That was a fungi, that is Penicillium notatum. I hope you will understand it. It is a chance discovery. It is not a real discovery. Okay. So next is the asparagus. Asparagus is what? It is like this. So this you have to remember, because this has been given in your book also. So you have to remember this. This diagram is in your NCERT. So there is what? They are showing the conidia. This is causing what? Black and brown mold or smoky mold kind of disease. Okay. So this basic thing you have to remember, just the name. Then we have the claviceps or claviceps. Claviceps purpura is called as ergot disease. It causes ergot disease of bajra. Okay, ergot is what? Drug which is obtained from claviceps, which is used in making the medicines for the migraine. So this is being, it is a narcotic drug, okay, which is obtained from what? From the claviceps. Okay, then they have morella, that is used as an edible fungi. Then we have neurospora, which is called as pink mold. Okay, so remember that penicillium is called as blue and green mold. This is called as pink or red mold. It is called as Drosophila of plant kingdoms. Why it is called as Drosophila of plant kingdom? Because this neurospora, just like Drosophila is what? Fruit fly. Okay, fruit fly is extensively used for the genetic experiments, okay, in the animal kingdoms. But in plants we use neurospora, okay, for the genetic study of genetics in plants. Okay, so this is an important thing that could be asked to you. Then we have what? We have the Biddle and Teptum, who give one gene theory, okay, which we will understand in the genetics last year. They gave it, and who they did the research on? Neurospora. Okay, then we have truffles. This is not there in our NCERT, so you can just simply leave this one. Okay, then the truffle ones. Truffles are what? They are also edible fungi. So what are the ones you have to remember? Definitely the ones which we have marked it up. Okay, then moving up to the next thing, the yeast is one of the example of the Ascomycetes. Okay, it is what only unicellular fungi. Only unicellular fungi. Okay, and earlier it was placed into protista because the unicellular, because all the this one fungi is a multicellular, but later we realized that it has a chitin and other things which is similar to what? Similar to the fungi. So exceptionally later on placed into it. But if yeast is dissolved in the sugar water, then it forms what? It forms what pseudomycin formed, because sugar solution, it grows very fast. Okay, that's the thing. Economical importance, you know that it is used for baking, for making alcohols and all those things. So it is being called as what? Baker's yeast, or it is also called as what? Brewer's yeast. Okay, it is also called as brewer's yeast. Brewer is for the making the alcohol. Okay, this is all about the Ascomycetes. Next is the Basidiomycetes. Basidiomycetes are called as club fungi. Very important to remember. It grows on the soil, tree stumps, living plants body, and as a parasite also. Okay, so fungi is present everywhere. Okay, this thing you should remember. Now there is what? Their mycelium is what? Branched and septate, means they are what? Acinocytic. In Basidiomycetes, septa has a special types of doliprane septum. Doliprane septum are what? We will see it. One big pore is present between every septum. The boundaries of the pores are spread on both sides. The boundaries are called as parthiosome. Due to the spreading of the boundaries of these both sides, the shapes of the septum becomes dome shaped. Okay, due to its called as doliprane septum. Okay, so how it looks like domes. So it got what? Like this, something like this, dome kind of a thing, like this arrangement occurs over here. Okay, so this thing is there. Then the clamp connections are what? These kind of things. This is what? Clamp connections between this one cell and the next cell. So extra thing that is being taken place, that is what? Clamp connections. Okay, moving on to the asexual reproductions. Asexual reproduction in this case is not found. This is a very important statement, because this will come in the statement based. Okay, so this you have to remember, that in the Basidiomycetes there is a no asexual stage. They reproduce by the vegetative form, that is by fragmentation, which is seen. Sexual reproductions, of course it is being seen. All they have the sexual reproduction, somatogamy and spermization. Somatogamy, you already know that what happened in the somatogamy. In spermization, what happened, that in this certain types of more, like it is what? Rust fungi, Puccinia, it is being more seen. Okay, now the next thing is that what are the examples which we have to remember? The examples is what? That first we have puffballs, we have mushrooms, we have smut fungi, that is agaricus, utilico. Okay, smut fungi is utilico. These ones you have to remember. Okay, so next, moving on to the next thing, that is Deuteromycetes. Deuteromycetes is called as fungi imperfecta because its sexual stage is not known. So those fungi which we discovered recently and we don't know what is their sexual reproductive stage, we put them into Deuteromycetes. So D for Deutero, D for dustbin. So means any fungi come and we don't able to see that what is kind of sexual reproduction they are doing. We don't know. Let's put it in Deuteromycetes. Later on, when we are able to discover what kind of sexual reproductions they do, we put it either into the Deuteromycetes, or sorry, either into the Basidiomycetes or to the Ascomycetes. Okay, so this thing is there, septate is there, branched is there, means they are, if they are septate, means septa is present, means they are what? Acinocytic. Okay, then there is what? Asexual sexual reproduction takes place with the help of what? Conidia. Okay, and asexual we don't know. Okay, now the examples is what? Trichoderma, Coliotrichum and Atollonia. Okay, so these things are there. Okay, so this thing, with this your kingdom fungi is over. Okay, so here you have to remember certain facts. Okay, what is the facts? A way to remember the trip or the mnemonic to remember what? To remember the examples. Okay, a lot of examples are there, but at least few examples trick are being given. Rest you can learn it with the statements also. So what are there? The first fungi was Phycomycetes. So beta, in Phycomycetes what will occur? You have to remember what? You have to remember ram. Ram is a word. So ram word itself says what? R for rhizopus. Okay, then A for see over here, coming back in. Okay, A is, this is what? Albigo. Okay, so A for albigo, that is also in your NCERT. Albigo. And M for mucor. So these three only given, these three we will remember. After this we have what? Ascomycetes. In Ascomycetes we have a word called as can. C-A-N, can. Of course more words are there, we will do it. So can is what? Ram can. Okay, so C is for clavichips. A is for A is for, see here, A for is your asparagus. Okay, asparagus. And N for is the neurospora. Along with this we have others also, okay, which we're gonna be doing it later on. Okay, that other ones are what? The other ones are the like penicillin, we have morels, we have truffles, and we have yeast. Okay, this you have to remember differently. Okay, that is PMT. Okay, PEMT. Okay, can, PEMT. Then we have what? We have Basidiomycetes. Basidiomycetes. In this you have to remember the word pua. So what it is? P for Puccinia, U for Astiligo, and A for is your agaricus. Along with, you have to remember what? You have to remember about the puffballs. Okay, so another one that you have to remember extra is what? Puffballs. They are called as also puffballs. And the last one is what? Your Deuteromycetes. In case of your Deuteromycetes, you have to remember the word that is cat. Okay, the C1 is the coleotracheum. A word is the Aleternaria, and T is for the trichoderma. This is very important. Later on it will come again and again. So it is a linked one and can be asked to be as a conceptual questions by matching the two different chapters, not just for 11th class but the 12th class where it will come back again. So in 12th class syllabus I will ask you again where we have studied about trichoderma and where it belongs to. Well, that's all for this video. If you want these notes, you can follow me on my WhatsApp channel. The link would be available there, as well as on the Telegram channels. Both the links will be available in the descriptions. If you like this video, give it a like, share it with your friends. Tell me what things you liked about it, what not, what better we can done for you to make you more understand. I'm even sharing another video where a crux is being given in a lesser period of a time. Also there in the link in the description for that video as well. So if you like this video, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe, and we are coming up with more things. for the 12th students, next topic would be for the genetics. We would be continuing with it. So for the 11th student, the next topic from this chapter would be the upcoming Monday. That will be virus, viroid and prions, which will be the last topic of it. And with this, we will be doing our question practice for this chapter, which we haven't yet started for this. Well, that's all for this video. Thank you so much.